said today that we were going to start our math. This is the very first day of math. I also said that I was so excited because math is one of my favorite subjects of all times. Okay? Show me a thumbs up if the minute math was easy. Put those thumbs away. Tap your nose if you thought, oh my goodness, I was so nervous because we had only 1 minute to do it. That would make me nervous too, okay? What I want you to remember when you're doing your minute math is, yeah, you have 1 minute, but you have 1 minute to try your best. Now that's your best, Yuki, and your best, Alexis, and your best, Darius, and your best, Isaiah. I don't want you to do my best. That's for me to do. Alexis, I don't want you to do Tony's best. That's for Tony to do. Okay? You try your best, make sure you're being safe. You try your best, and that's what matters. Okay? Alright. Today, in math, we get to count, but we're going to be counting with cubes. Irene, can you take this basket and put it behind you on my chair? Thank you, you're very strong. So, in front of me I have something called base 10 blocks. If you've seen these before, you can show me the link or tap your head. That will let me know that you've seen them before. Awesome. Samara, you weren't here last year, but I see that you've still seen them. That's awesome. Peter, I know that you've seen them too. And my friend Irene wasn't here last year, but she's seen them as well. Base 10 blocks represent a number. So this is called a flat. And a flat represents the number 100. So that is 100. This base 10 block is a rod. And this represents the number 10. Please remember to raise your hand if you have something to add. Now, this base 10 block is called a unit. If you know what this is called, tap your nose. Darius, what is this called? It's called a unit. Jasmine, if you know how much a unit is, raise your hand. Jasmine, how much is a unit?
It's a 1 because we know that if we add up 10 tens, then it'll make 100. So if you add up 10 ones, it'll make a whole 10.
Okay, so Jasmine just said something really important. She actually jumped in front, bless you, of what I was going to say. So she said if I add up 10 rods, I could make 100. So let's see. Here is 100. Hold on a second. Sasha, do you think you guys can count by tens? I see a lot of yeses. All right, Ayana, I want to hear your voice too. Ready?
10, 20.
Thank you for waiting.
30, 40, 50, it's half of 100. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
So 10 of these rods fill up one flat, and we know that one flat is equal to 100. Awesome. Jasmine also said something that was very important. She said that if I take 10 units, that will equal one what? Oh man, I forgot that word. Raise your hand if you can tell me what this word was. This is equal to 10. This is 1/10, but what did I call it again? This is a flat. This is a unit. What did I call this?
Rod.
Dust your shoulder off. So we have 1 rod. Jasmine said if I put 10 units, that would equal 1 rod. Let's just see. Now, if I'm using these, instead of counting by tens, Jelani, what will I count by? If you agree with Jelani, tug your ear. Awesome. All right, let's count. Remember, we're going to wait as I put down the units.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Mark, can you go take a break for me? So that was 10 units. And Samara, 10 units filled up 110. And what do we call that? 10? A rod. Excellent job. Okay, awesome. So, I'm wondering, since we already know how much they're worth, I'm wondering if you could tell me, if I put a number down, how much I have in front of me. If I have 100, Jasmine, can you find another spot? Jasmine, can you find another spot so that you're not in front of anyone? Thank you. So you have 100, 110, and 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. What number, what whole number would that be if I put them all together? Bless you. Oh my goodness, I have so many friends who want to tell me. What would that number be, Medina?
114.
Whoa, she's so close. What I heard Medina say was 114. You have to take one word out.
114.
Nice job. Why did she have to take "and" away? Does anyone know? Ayana?
Because if you put "and" in your sentence, it might sound like you said 114.
Okay. When I say "and," when I'm talking about numbers, that means there's supposed to be a decimal point. Medina already knew that. Awesome job. So I noticed that we're moving. Remember yesterday Miss Keat had some special powers and she said if she closed her eyes, when she opened them, you guys would be ready? Let's see if I have those powers. So I'm going to close my eyes. When my eyes are open, you'll be sitting. Your eyes will be on me. Crisscross, and I'm going to tell Mrs. Keith that she gave me some of your powers. That's awesome. Alright, so Medina said this is 114. Okay, well, what if I took this away? What would that number be? Alexis. Dust your shoulder off. Okay, alright. Well, what if I put 1, 2, 3 of those? What would that whole number be? Peter?
314.
If you agree with Peter, say, Peter, that's right.
Peter, that's right.
Alright, so now we're going to count by tens. Are you ready? So we have, Peter said 314. We're going to count by tens. So now how many do we have? Mark.
324.
Close. Take that "and" away. 324.
Excellent.
Mark. Thank you for taking your time and sounding it out. All right, so first we had 314. Now we have 324. I'm going to add 10 more. We're going to count by tens. Now how many do we have? Switch up. So we're counting by tens because I'm adding 10 every time. So now how many do I have? Yuki.
344.
You guys are awesome. I'm counting by tens. How many do I have now, Darius?
300.
It's tricky. Take your time. He's got it. Here, ready? I'll say the next one. 50.
54.
Excellent. Now how many do I have? Samara. 364. Now we're still counting by tens because I'm still adding 10. Jelani, how many do I have now? Excellent. I'm sure if I continued, you would know how to do it because you can count by tens. You guys are awesome. I want to take a look at my board. What I have on my board is very simply just adding 1 every time. So I started it with a number that you can see on my base 10 block chart. We had 1, 2, 3 in the hundreds place. How many in the tens place? 40. And how many in the ones place?
2.
Excellent. So we have the number written down there, 342. If I add 1 to 342, I have 343. And I wrote that down. If I add 1 more, who thinks that they can write it next to that? Justin, go ahead up. Sasha, can you hold these ones? Because you're going to add 1 after he's finished. You're sitting so nicely. Excellent job, Justin. All right, we're going to watch Sasha. Sasha's going to add 1 more. And then, Justin, can you hand that to a friend who's sitting nicely? Thank you. So now how many do we have, Medina?
345.
Please write that number down. And then the last one, Sasha, we're going to add another one. How many do we have now? Taylor.
We have 345. 46.
46. And you know what? When we write our numbers, I want us to have it in the 10 frame. So that means you have 5 on the top, and we'll put the other 5 on the bottom. But you didn't know that, so guess what? I just showed you. So Taylor, go ahead and write that number next to that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready to try this with your friends, wiggle your nose. If you are ready to try this with your friends, tap your nose. If you are ready to do this with your friends, put your hands in your mouth. I'm going to read to you the directions. For math groups today, everyone has a bucket at their desk. Everyone has a what at their desk? A
bucket.
Inside your bucket, you will find base 10 blocks. You will find flats. You will find
10.
What are these? These are flats. Inside your bucket, you will also find rods. You will find
Rods.
inside your bucket you will find units. You will find
Units!
And inside your bucket you will find a piece of paper. Now, it says on the board, one person writes. I wrote the name of the person who will be writing the answers to the problems today. Isaiah, raise your hand. You are a writer today. Peter, raise your hand. You are a writer today. Jelani, raise your hand. You are a writer today. And Darius, raise your hand. You are a writer today. There will also be one different person who will show the numbers with the blocks. So one person gets to keep the blocks on their desk, and that person will be Justin. Justin, raise your hand. You use the blocks today. Summer, raise your hand. You use the blocks today. Ayana, raise your hand. You use the blocks today. And Jasmine, raise your hand. You use the blocks today. Everyone helps answer the question. That means you work together, just like we did in our group, to answer how many we have. Okay? Your paper is inside your bucket with your base 10 blocks. If you are ready, say, go, math, go.
Go, math, go!